At first I thought, is this a joke photo? Is this actually the same person? Because I'm thinking, how is it possible that this guy is so big at such a young age? Coach Greg, in today's video, we got an 18-year-old who's going on his first cut ever. He's never dieted in his entire life. He's only been bulking. The guy's only 18 years of age, but look how much muscle this guy has. It is absolutely tremendous. And going back to 15 years of age, 3 years ago, you can see the potential that this guy has. And so he doesn't say how long he'd been training prior to age 15. I'm assuming he's been training since he was born. I mean, look at this guy's physique. The small waist, the wide shoulders, the carved out chest. This guy has many people's dream physiques, and he's only 15 in that photo. And so what did he do? Well, he decided to bulk. He was eating in a calorie surplus, trying to put on muscle. And I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. Many people are saying, oh, Coach Greg, you're against bulking. Why would I be against it? He looks to have close to 10, maybe 12% body fat at the very most at only 15. And so why shouldn't he be in a bulk? And so what were the efforts of this bulk? Well, after 3 years, the guy put on 47 pounds. And no, it's not all muscle. He states, what body fat percentage am I now? Probably about 17%, if I had to guess. I can't be sure. It could in fact be lighter, but I don't see the back of his legs. I don't see his back. And so how can I be sure? You can see he does have visible abdominals and his quads are separated. That means the guy is actually fairly lean. You see that same bicep vein when he was age 15 as he does when he was 18. At first I thought, is this a joke photo? Is this actually the same person? Because I'm thinking, how is it possible that this guy is so big at such a young age? His physique at 15 looks to be that of a 20-something-year-old, and the same at 18, perhaps he looks 28. And so the first comment I see is about Tren percent. And so let's address this. It is in fact very likely that the guy was actually not natural the entire time. How do we know that at 15 years of age, the guy wasn't taking performance-enhancing drugs? It's certainly possible. I've seen people start far younger than this. And looking at that physique, you have to think, was he actually dieting to get to this point? Was this just him eating Pop-Tarts and pizza circles? Like, how did he get this chiseled? And as you can see, his face is covered. And so, is this an honest sub? Is he actually only 15 years of age in the before photo and 18 in the after photo? Imagine he was 25 on the left and 28 on the right. That could easily be the case, and he could easily be on performance-enhancing drugs throughout this entire time. Because if this is the physique of somebody who's 100% natural, then this is truly phenomenal. And so please don't compare yourself to this guy. For the most part, many of you could train for 10 years and not even have the photo of his before photo at 15. And certainly at 18 years of age, if this guy went on a cut, he could absolutely compete in a bodybuilding competition. Thickly developed, lots of muscle, he would look amazing after dieting on stage. First photo with you being 15 years old is close to my body goals. Better proportions and leaner on you with 140 pounds than you at 187. And here's the thing, when you get better and not as lean, in general, you're not going to look as good with your shirt off as with your shirt on. The physique on the left, it looks incredible, but remember, he's flexing and he's shirtless. If you were to put some clothes on this guy, he probably just looked like a healthy young man. But on the right, clothes on, you're going to see the guy is thickly built. You'll see the biceps, the shoulders, the chest popping through the t-shirt. But when the shirt comes off, quickly, people then start to judge. Oh, how is his abs? Well, how good are his abdominals? And if you're not flexing or blowing your air out or sucking your stomach in, you're probably going to look a little bit bloated because you're in a calorie surplus, you're holding on to more food, you're a bit more puffy, and so people are quickly going to try to take you down. And so for some people, the photo on the left, it's going to be better than the photo on the right. Many men would say, I don't want to look like the guy on the right. He's got too much of a puffier, more steroided up look. Guy on the left looks shredded, more chiseled, and so that is the physique I prefer. But remember, this is up to you. It's your choice. You can look how you want to look. Both physiques are healthy. Bro was sauced at 15, and so that's a valid point. He may in fact be sauced in both photos. He may have done this transformation natural, or it may have been enhanced. We don't know. He doesn't state this. I can't say for sure whether he is or he isn't. In my opinion, you look better at 140. Should have saved 187 for when you became a dad. And so is the photo at 187 that of a dad bod? I don't think so. Unless we're thinking that Jason Momoa or perhaps The Rock or have dad bods, that is an absolutely ridiculous statement. There is no reason that anyone should not be amazed by the physique at 187 pounds. This guy is very lean for having that much muscle, and perhaps he's even leaner than 17%. We don't know. He doesn't have amazing lighting, he's not flexing from the rear, and so I'm simply guessing. This is not an accurate assessment when you're simply standing like that, trying to give you my best guess. Yes, bro, I know. Even facially, my jawline was way better at 140. And to me, that is debatable. Whether or not his jawline was better at 140 or 187, well, we can't see the photo, so we just don't know. But when you're leaner in general, you're going to see more bones on your face. And so if that is the look you like, then of course. The reason I bulk is to put on muscle mass because I didn't know better that time because I didn't know about main gaining when I was 14 or 15. After my first cut soon, I'm going to be main gaining. And so here's the thing. In 3 years, the guy went from perhaps 12% body fat to 17% body fat. That's 5% body fat. Do you really think he was bulking like in a 250, 500 calorie surplus throughout the entirety of those 3 years? Do you really think that week by week he increased his body fat by 0.03% body fat? That he gradually slow bulked his way the entire time? Or do you think that he just ate? I personally think he just started to eat a little bit more, went from that physique at 140, perhaps increased his body fat to 15% after a few months, ate for a little while, was main gaining, and then perhaps ate a little bit more. He bulked, main gain, and now he's at 187 pounds. There's no way I think he had a structured program where he consistently ate in a calorie surplus every single day for 3 years and stopped at 17% body fat. And so you might think you're in a constant bulk, but bulks do not last 3 years unless you end up looking like Andrew Richard. Guy put on about 170 pounds in 3 to 5 years, mostly body fat. And so even if you're in a small bulk the entire time, you're going to be putting on more fat than this. And so what I think he did is exactly what he should be doing. He should be eating and feeling healthy. He's at a healthy body fat percentage. There's no reason to think he needs to maintain 10 to 12% body fat. Perhaps he was hungry at that point, not having as much energy, couldn't get quite the pumps. But what he wants to do is go on a small cut. Perhaps he wants to get down back to 12%. There's nothing wrong with that. A slow, steady cut, getting to 12% body fat. And if you have plenty of energy at that point, the pumps are going great, then why not maintain that? If your body is meant to be 12% body fat and you feel great at that percentage, then by all means, go for it. But if you diet to 12% and you notice you're having less energy, brain fog, loss of libido, all those negative sides of being in a calorie deficit, then of course, eat more. We don't know the exact percentage that's right for you. You might be a special, rare individual that can maintain single-digit body fat and have plenty of energy, but we won't know till it happens. And so my best advice is to lose the weight slower than last time. Take your time. Bro, unless you're an athlete or a soldier, you have no need to put on so much muscle. Just obtain an aesthetic and healthy body, which you already did. That makes you happy. You honestly don't need to go in and put all that time, effort, energy, and money to get more buff. Well, I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose of bodybuilding. The whole point of going to the gym is to try to put on more muscle. I mean, unless you're doing cardio to get a healthier heart. And so I'm sure his goal is to keep getting better. Do you really think anyone goes to the gym and their end goal is just have 5 pounds extra muscle? I have my dream physique at 15. I'm just going to stop here. This is what I want. I'm never going to train harder than last time ever again. It doesn't work like that. Performance dysmorphia is a real thing. No matter how good you get, you're going to want more. Even if you become the Mr. Olympia champion, the best physique in the entire world, you're still going to want to beat that physique the year after. And so to just say, hey, unless you want to be a soldier or an athlete and you have too much muscle and so just stay chiseled and don't really train hard and don't put any time and energy in the gym, well, that's nonsense. No one's going to do that. Oh, my goal is to run 10K in 40 minutes. Once you run the 10K in 40 minutes, you just quit. You just stop running. Oh, I'm done with this. Or do you say, I want to run it in 39? You keep improving. You do the best to get better. To be honest, I stand with you because I'm a lot more matured towards my diet and training now. When I was 14 to 16 years old, all I could think about was eat big to get big and dirty bulked because I follow all those social media stuff. But yeah, laugh my ass off. I miss being attractive and shredded. And so to me, the guy is still attractive and shredded. He still looks amazing, but I get it. He dirty bulked from 14 to 16. And so did he in fact bulk the entire time to get that physique he has at 18? I don't think so. Sounds like he bulked for perhaps a short period of time, especially till the age of 16. Put on a little bit more body fat, and then he just maintained at that level. Got to 18, said, yeah, I've had enough of this. I want to see some changes. I want to get that six-pack I had when I was 15. And so he's going to go on a cut. Perhaps he just loses the weight slowly, gets down to a healthy body fat percentage. Remember, 15% is perfectly healthy. And then for the rest of his life, he can do what he wants. And if that's main gaining, which is keeping your same body fat percentage and just living, eating healthy, putting on muscle slowly year after year, then by all means go for it. And if you think bulking and cutting is the way to go, he doesn't have to go from 17% body fat to 7% body fat and go back and forth year after year to put on muscle. He could literally do as he's doing right now. He could stay at 17% and main gain for the rest of his life. Raise your hand if you think that if he stayed at 17% body fat, that he would be perfectly fine. Do you not think that 17% is still healthy? Does he not look good? Do you not think he could attract girls? Of course he could. Remember, going on a cut, reducing calories too far can lower your testosterone levels and make it harder to put on muscle. If you're experiencing that, you could of course try G-test or 3-test. The main ingredient shown in research to increase testosterone levels by 200 to 400 nanograms per deciliter. That is huge. It's not like the test boosters of old. And of course, GO2 Max. Anyone interested in cardio or more energy, improved performance, the main ingredient NMN, banned on Amazon. This is how good this stuff is. Please click the link in the description, code Greg 10% off. And Ecti Builder with various Ecti steroids shown to increase muscle mass even when you stop training, can maintain more of the muscle rather than losing it. So wherever you are in your training, consider GO2 Max, Ecti Builder, G-Test. And of course, we have all the best supplements like creatine, beta-alanine, the Seco protein bars, so many. Code Greg 10% off. Click the link in the description. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. What do you think of the video? If you liked it, give it a like, comment to boost the algorithm. Don't forget to watch one of those two bloops. And until next time, I am out.